Is proud to present Jayna Katz.
like be totally on PC right now and say that that's the very first time I've ever not screwed up that song. Oh my god, I'm so excited about that. So first of all, I want to say thank you so much everybody for coming. I'm really excited. This is my very first Chicago performance. Hooray! This is also my very, very first ever solo cabaret show ever in the universe of life. So I'm really excited about that too. I've been in a lot of cabaret performances, you know, back home and stuff like that, but I've never put together my own show. And I was telling Eric too the other day when I did my type rehearsal that I'm pretty sure that I completely did it absolutely in every single way completely wrong. So I don't actually know what the real procedure is for doing a show like this, but I kind of was winging it, so I hope that it turns out okay. So anyway, the one thing I do want to say though is when I made the Facebook event for this show, I said that I thought I was going to be like really cute and be like, you know, anybody who brings a walk into my show, I'm going to have a surprise for you. And then it dawned on me that I actually have absolutely no idea how I would possibly know that. So long story short, there's cupcakes by the door. And you should eat them because I think I bought too many. So yeah, thank you for the cupcakes. I actually struggled a lot putting this show together. I had no idea what I wanted to do or what I wanted the theme to be and that kind of thing, and how I wanted it to go. So I had a really hard time with it, and I finally just kind of I decided that I wanted it to be my own. I wanted it to be personal, you know, relatable, but personal. So this next song that I'm going to do is it's one that actually a few years back got me through what was a very, very difficult time in my life. I was engaged to be married, and then I was not anymore. And when something like that happens, you realize how important it is to retain your sense of self. It's so easy when you're in a relationship with someone for so long to lose parts of yourself. You give things up, you compromise, you sacrifice, and then when it's over, you don't remember who you are anymore. So this is a song that really kind of spoke to me at the time, just to say that it's going to hurt, and it's going to be awful and overwhelming, and you're not going to know where you're headed or what's next. But it's your life now, and it's only yours, and you have to figure it out.
I've been
So, after the giant debacle that was 2009, I made kind of a random move to Jackson, Michigan. And for a little while I stayed pretty holed up in my apartment. I was kind of hermitish for a while. And I didn't do anything. I just worked at a horrible job and went home every day, and that was it. So one day, it was actually, the whole thing was very serendipitous. I feel like the whole time I was in Jackson was just incredibly serendipitous. And I really just like saying the word serendipitous. And I just one day kind of there was a series of events that led up to that, but I won't kind of bore you with that now. But I sort of stumbled upon this tiny little theater in Jackson called the Bonton Room. And the first time I went there, it was like a piece of my life just clicked right into place. And it's really difficult to explain unless you've ever felt that way about something. And I went to a piano bar on a Wednesday night, and basically never left after that ever. It was kind of sick. I was there like every day. But the people that I met there, and the things that I was involved in, the things that they sort of got me involved in, made such a difference for me, and it pulled me out of the blue funk that I had been in. Just kind of pulled me out of a hole that I didn't know how to climb out of, and I needed help, getting back to who I was before, and they did that for me. So I want to, this next song that I'm going to do actually is one that I actually was fortunate enough while I lived there to be a part of a concert that we put on with and for the composers of this next song that I'm about to do. And it was basically one of the two coolest things I ever did in Michigan. And it sort of became my trademark song, I guess, around Jackson. And I want to do it tonight as, I guess, a little bit of a shout out to my Jackson folks back home, which none of them were able to come. So I don't know if there's anybody out there from Jackson who lives in Chicago, because there's a lot of those, I guess. But say hi. All right, so that's no one then. Well, anyway, I wanted to say, that how much they have meant to me and what a difference they made for me. Specifically, I would like to say happy birthday to one of them, because it's his birthday today. Chip's birthday is today, because I know he's gonna watch the YouTube video. So I just want to say happy birthday to him, and let the rest of them know how much they mean to me. So listen up, guys, because this one's for you.
There's nothing else but time. these hours. College students are spilling from the pizza place, and three old friends who are parting share a long embrace, and the lawn chairs are out for a late night cry, and old men sit and watch young women go by. We live out our childhood longings to spend the night awake. The city glows like a beacon and guides us to daybreak as the after hours light up the sky. And I can sleep tomorrow, so much to see tonight. The island cuts through the darkness, the day was not this bright, and we shine out 2 miles away. And all I want until the day is to stay inside the
Oh man, I love that song. When I was a kid, I probably was like maybe 7, I guess. Let me check this out for a minute. You know, because I can. When I was probably like 7 years old, I had a conversation with my mom that she claims that she does not remember this at all, which is weird because it had a huge impact on me. Which is usually the other way around, isn't it? It's usually the way it goes. So when I was a kid, I've been singing for my whole life, since I was able to sing. And I asked her once, it was evident when I was really young that I had a lot of musical ability that should probably be honed. And I asked her one day, I said, will boys like me because I can sing? And she said no. She said she doesn't remember that. So, weirdly enough, that has stuck with me through the years. And I think, honestly, that's now that I think about it now, I don't think I probably realized it at the time because I was 7. But I think that has really helped me to become the person that I am. I worked really hard when I was growing up to be well-rounded and to, be funny and smart and that kind of thing. All, normal things that people ought to try to be, I guess. And I didn't rely on the fact that I had whatever amount of talent I was blessed with when I was born. Like I didn't rely on that to get me any place or to get me boys. But really, like, Mom, I gotta tell you that's not true. Like, people do like you because you do things well. So, I mean, what? Nobody does, nobody likes me. That's fine. But I guess, I've been in a lot of relationships that ended up, of course, being the wrong ones. And I think what happens, you spend so much time when you're in a relationship with somebody and it's not working, you kind of try to just force it because you don't want it to be a waste, because you don't want it to be wrong, because you don't want to feel like you invested so much time into something that just didn't end up being right, and then you have to start over, and nobody wants to do that. Like, I'm not ashamed to say that that's a lot of the reason why I stayed with some of the people I was with, is because I just didn't want to start over with somebody else. So, but, you know, there are times when you just, you try and you force it, and you know, one person feels a certain way, and you want to get there, and you wish you could, and sometimes, you know, you just can't. I moved here about 6 months ago, and when I first got here, I really didn't like it very much. Yeah, I didn't like it very much. It was really hard for me to adjust to everything here. I got sick all the time, and I got lost every time I left the apartment, and I was it was really bad, like 2 miles out of the way lost. It was bad. And I was working at a job that I hated, which I think was like 98% of why I didn't like it. It was raining all the time this fall, but that was insane. It was, I don't know, whatever. So I really didn't like it, and I do now, so don't worry. I love it. But one of the things that I had a really hard time getting used to here was the noise. There's just so much noise. I'm from the country, so we don't get a lot of noise at all. Like, you don't hear anything. Sometimes if the air is just right, you can hear the Amtrak train blowing through Chelsea to 7.5 miles away. But other than that, like, you don't hear anything at all. So coming here and like there's trains and there's, you know, people on their cell phones and car horns and sirens and dogs and everything. It's just it was a lot to handle, and I couldn't think. It would just clutter me up so much, and I couldn't adjust to it. And I was, there was someone in my life at the time who, and it was something that I had never actually encountered before with anybody else, but he had a way of kind of blocking it all out. And it was really strange to me. He just was able to kind of drown all the noise out, and I would kind of start spinning out of control, and he was sort of able to dial me back down. He's not a part of my life anymore, but that's neither here nor there. But I feel like that's worth noting. I feel like I've been talking a lot about bad relationships, and you know, they're not all bad. And the truth is, they're all good. They're always good until they're not. So that's really, you know, that's how it is. Like, relationships are always good until they aren't anymore. So I guess, you know, I feel like that's worth noting. Even though, you know, it's not a part of my life anymore, I don't want to dwell on the bad things all the time. And that was something that was a big deal to me, and it really helped me to feel like I could maybe settle in here. And now things are, of course, a lot different for me, and I really am starting to warm up. My job is fantastic, and I have a ton of awesome friends here, and things are going really well. So, and I'm doing this, which is awesome. But this is a song, actually, that my mom turned me on to a while back, and she heard it, and she was like, "Oh my God, I heard this song, and you're absolutely going to love it. I just know it." And she was right, of course. So I just picked up the guitar, actually, in October, and I hope that I'm not really bad at it, but I'm going to try to play this song for you.
Conversations, accidents and accusations, messages and misperceptions paralyze my mind. Buses, cars, and airplanes leaving, burning fumes of gasoline. Everyone is running, and I come to find a refuge in the easy silence that you make for me. It's okay when there's nothing more to say to me. In the peaceful quiet you create for me, and the way you keep the world at bay for me, the way you keep the world at bay. Answers all, we beg more questions. I need something to choices to stay or to leave. Mine was so easy to uncover. He'd already left with the other. So I've learned to listen through silence. Leave unsaid, unspoken. Eyes wide shut, open. You and me, always be. You and me, always be. I tell myself all the words he surely meant to say. I'll talk and take. Conversation doesn't stay on. Wait for me. I'm almost ready when he meant let go. Leave unsaid, unspoken. Eyes wide shut, unopened. You and me, always be. You and me, always be. Between the lines, between the lines, between the
So there's a process that I think people, well, at least that I went through. Maybe not everyone who does this, but I think there's a process that that goes on when someone has been unfaithful to you. At first, you are really hurt, of course, and you're angry and kind of stunned, and you kind of spend a lot of time trying to figure out what you could have done differently, why it happened, and why you weren't good enough, why you weren't worth it. And it makes you think a lot of things about yourself that you probably otherwise never would. And you do that for a time, and after a little while, you start to get kind of desperate, and you start grasping onto what's left of it, trying to force it to work again. And at least, particularly for me, I put a lot of effort into trying to prove that I was worth it, and trying to fix it, just for the sake of, I think, proving it to me. So then after that, your wounds start to heal a little bit, because more often than not, whatever you were doing to try to force it to work doesn't work, of course. So your wounds start to heal. You start to sort of build up a little bit of thicker skin again, and you kind of start to realize that you don't care as much about fixing it as you thought you did. You start to see the faults. You start to see the things that were wrong. You start to realize that maybe it wasn't the best place for you to be, and maybe you're better off. And then finally, you realize that really what you had been doing was giving someone else the best parts of you, just kind of giving away the best pieces of yourself to someone who took them away from you and threw them out. And I think what happens at the end of this process is that you finally realize that it's time to take them back.
What's the perfect balance between yelling too much so that people don't walk over you? Is it a crime just to want to be nice, to avoid confrontation and show everyone a little respect? Time after time, I find that I'm struggling to tell you what's burning inside, a glimmer of hope that you'll finally see. Yet I remain quiet. Look at my face, don't you dare turn away, 'cause I'm losing my patience. Show me now you're the man that I want to be with for the rest of my life. I have so much love to give you. Just open up your eyes and you'll see. Time after time, I find that I'm struggling to tell you what's burning inside, a glimmer of hope that you'll finally see. Still I remain quiet. I can't remain quiet anymore. No, I was not built to idly stand here letting you make my decisions based upon your point of view. You never allowed me my own freedom. Well, hear me now. Show me now you're the man that I want to be with for the rest of my life. I have so much love to give you. Just open up your eyes and you'll see. Time after time, I find that I'm struggling to tell you what's burning inside, a glimmer of hope that you'll finally see. Still yes, can't remain keep drinking coffee, staring down across the table as I look outside. So many things I'd say if only I were able, but I just keep quiet and count the cars that pass by. You got opinions, man, we're all entitled to them, but I never asked. So let me thank you for your time and try not to waste any more of mine. I don't wanna be hurt, I just wanna be little old me. Shouldn't have to think, who am I supposed to be today? And what gave you the right to tell me who I should be? I gave you that right, and I feel lovely the way that I to be enough for you. I need that to be enough for you. It's enough for me. It's enough for me. Am I supposed to give up everything I am just to make you happy? I thought I was the one you always wanted me to be. Turns out I'm just little old me.
So I think that a big part of growing up is figuring out when people give you advice. I think a part of growing up is figuring out whose advice you should listen to. And I think that's a big deal. But I think even more so than that, I think it's about learning and recognizing whose advice is going to better you, whose advice is being given for the right reasons, learning who has your best interests at heart, who isn't just telling you what you want to hear. I think when we're younger, nobody wants to listen to their family. Nobody wants to listen to what their parents tell them or what their siblings tell them or whatever. They want to listen to their friends because that's the people that are going to tell them what they want to hear. And I think when you get older and when you start to go through a lot of hard things and and things like that, you don't want to hear those things anymore. You just want somebody to be honest with you. You just want somebody to tell you what's going to make it better and how to move forward. So that's something that I'm still working on. But Alright, so side note about this next song. One of my best friends from home, named Adam, was planning on coming down here to sing this next song with me. Unfortunately, fortunately for him actually, but I guess unfortunately for me, but he is probably at this very moment actually kicking ass at callbacks for some shows that he auditioned for this past weekend. So he was really bummed that he couldn't come out here, but he's probably gonna get the lead, so it's fine. He's pretty fantastic. Excuse me. So he unfortunately could not come, but I didn't want to cut the song because it's awesome. Funny little story, I guess. I'm gonna go way back again. So my whole life, anytime I ever would like mention around like my parents, like a duet that I liked or something like that, my mom would always tell me to sing it, and I would always, of course, be like, no, I can't because I'm only one person. How am I supposed to do that? I can't. I don't have the voice. So she would, at this point in the conversation, without fail, like this has gone on my entire life, without fail, would always reference a specific Jane Oliver concert moment where she knows exactly what's going on. She always referenced this particular moment in yeah, there it is. It's not a song singing, but that's the one. She was doing her concert, and Johnny Mathis, sings this song with her in what is actually my mom's favorite movie, Sometime Next Year. And so she, at this particular concert, Johnny Mathis was not available to do the song with her. So, instead of cutting the song, because apparently she was in the same boat as I was and really liked the song and didn't want to cut it, so she improvised with the song. I've always had a tendency, growing up, I let a lot of things get in my way. I let a lot of things distract me. I procrastinate a lot. She can't let it go. You know. She's still living in the sock puppet world. I didn't tell, by the way, I didn't tell Adam that I was doing that. So that's going to be interesting when that goes up on YouTube. Anyway, yes. So I tend to let a lot of things get in my way. The reason that I'll do just a little tiny bit on why the show is called Taking My Time. I'm 26, so a lot of people who want to pursue musical theater, they start out a lot earlier than I did. They go to New York for college, they do whatever, maybe they don't even go to college. They start years earlier than I did. For me, it took a really long time. I don't know that it was so much that I didn't know that it was what I wanted to do. I just wasn't ready to do it. And, you know, I finally feel like now I'm sort of ready to jump in. I'm ready to sort of, you know, grow up a little bit more. And, you know, the older I get, the less I'm like partying and letting things get in the way of, you know, my focus and that kind of thing. I don't mess around as much that way. And I think, but I don't think that I'm gonna ever probably give all that up completely, 'cause let's be serious. But I think that, you know, you have to find a balance. You have to figure out, you know, how to kind of live in that middle area. So, so I think now I'm sort of at the point where, like I'm ready to sort of, you know, get serious about where I'm headed and what I want. And I don't have time for dancing. That's just gonna have to wait a while. Ain't got time for messing around. And it's not my style. This old town can slow you down. People taking the easy way. But I know exactly where I'm going. Getting closer and closer every day. And I'm almost there. I'm almost there. People down here think I'm crazy, but I don't care. Trials and tribulations, I've had my share. There ain't nothing gonna stop me now, 'cause I'm almost there. I remember Daddy told me fairy tales can come true, but you gotta make them happen. It all depends on you. So I work real hard each and every day. Nothing's for sure going my way. Just doing what I do. Look out, boys, I'm coming through, and I'm almost there. I'm almost there. People gonna come here from everywhere, and I'm almost there. I'm almost there. There have been trials and tribulations. You know I've had my share. But I've climbed a mountain, I've crossed a river, and I'm almost there. I'm almost there. I'm almost song. This one is not one of them, actually. This one is when my family first moved to Chelsea. The first summer we were there, we were wandering around Chelsea. We were searching for what was supposed to be this free movie screening or something that was happening someplace, and we never found it. Like, I don't know where it actually was. But what we ended up actually doing, we wandered into what was the event of the year in Chelsea for the high school show choir. It was their big end of the year cabaret show. And I'm pretty sure we were supposed to pay for it, and we did not. So we probably owe somebody some money. But we stayed through the whole thing. We got there right at the beginning and didn't know what the heck it was, and we just kind of stayed there and watched this really amazing show. And there was one act in particular that was a part of the show. And it was a senior guy was doing this song, and it was like a light went off in my head. I think it was the first moment that I was watching it. It was a really incredible performance, and I just was thinking to myself, that's what I want to do. I want to get up and sing for people all the time. That's it. That's all I want to do. I don't think I had a huge crush on him, but I don't think he ever actually knew who I was. But yeah, it was really, really amazing, and I never ever sang that song for anything ever, which I think is really strange. But it's always stuck with me, and I think that it's appropriate now to close with that song. So I'm gonna sing that one for you, and I want to say thank you all again so much for being. This is the moment, this is the day, when I send all my doubts and demons on their